You could pad up.
I am.
Is that a fact?
I haven't finished yet.
You're in after me.
I know.
Have you actually started?
Yes.
In what respect?
I'm wearing my box.
Mustn't neglect the little things. What's happening with our lift?
We haven't even batted yet.
I like to have a secured exit.
I've made some inquiries.
An old habit from my days in the French resistance.
We're currently in the Cotswolds.
I'm aware of that. Our first run in 2 overs.
Are you planning to bat in that coat?
Well, I haven't ruled it out.
You seem somewhat out of sorts.
Well, they're deep, my sorts, and I'm rarely out of them. But I am prone to superstition.
I had no idea.
At least when it comes to batting.
In which case, I'll redouble my efforts.
But I'd prefer it if you added to your efforts rather than multiplying.
Not sure how to take that.
Well, perhaps in the spirit that it was intended.
Which was?
Strictly mathematical. At last, a scoring shot. Runs 1, batsman 3.
It's no good.
What?
I have a swollen ankle.
A latter-day Oedipus.
I acted in Oedipus as a young man.
Did your mama come?
This was rural Ireland.
Beyond her clutch.
I was playing Creon.
I see.
Oedipus was 56.
Who played Jocasta, his fertile wife and mother?
She was no spring chicken.
Ooh. Does it hurt?
He wants to know if it hurts.
If you'd used your hand.
My foot saved 4 runs.
The crack of leather on bone.
Off your bowling.
The sine qua non of an English summer.
He leaves no bone unpicked, no swelling lonely.
Heard by all the birds of Oxfordshire and Gloucestershire.
Am I pissing in the wind?
Addlestrong. 27 for 2 of 10 overs.
This buckle could be more forgiving.
Now there's batsmen all over, blaming on their pads the faults of their limbs.
It needs ice.
I'll go.
You can't.
Why not?
You're doing the scorebook. Besides, there's a notice, no spikes in the pavilion.
It's a dangerous bowler.
What is this, his 5th over?
His 6th. Hopefully he won't have too many more.
I think I'll bat in tennis shoes.
A wise move.
Kinda on the ankle.
It'll mean you can frequent the pavilion once you've padded up.
Frozen peas. They need the ice for drinks.
Regular or petit pois?
Petit pois.
Smaller spheres, better for the brews.
Is that so?
Though they will warm up faster.
A change of bowling.
Sadly, at the wrong end. What's his name?
A bowler's name?
What was that?
Sergeant? Like the rank, but Sarge with an A.
Let's hope he bowls some military medium.
Do you subscribe to nominative determinism?
Up to a point. Named as I am, I avoid cathedrals.
Shot.
Runs 2, batsman 4. How's your film script going? The 3-way project with the UNESCO?
To be honest, somewhat dormant.
Like your efforts here?
I have a working title, The Compartment. It bears a resemblance to your latest play.
In what respect?
It's a menage a trois. What was it called again?
Play.
Although where you have a man and 2 women, I have a woman and 2 men.
Are any of them housed in jars?
No. The similarity ends there.
That's our 9th leg by.
What's happening with your film script?
Oh, finished some time ago.
What's it called again?
Film. They start on it next week.
Did you get Chaplin?
Buster Keaton.
Not bad.
Doubt he's read it.
And that's film actors for you. They leave everything to the last minute.
I believe you've acted in some films yourself.
I'll return to the compartment as soon as I can, though I should warn you. I'm getting my teeth into a new play.
31 for 2 of 12.
Perhaps you're wondering what it's about.
Not really. But when are our plays about anything?
You speak of our working tandem.
Our methods are very different.
Shall I tell you who's in it?
They both involve wounds.
There's a retired butcher.
Festering, leprous.
Left by his wife.
Weeping, putrescent.
She died years ago.
But with my characters...
He lives with his
The
brother,
wounds are
a
exposed.
jobbing chauffeur,
The outlook is hopeless.
and 2 of his sons.
Yet they press on
Neither does much.
ad nauseum.
The third's an academic.
Your characters are different.
He visits from America
Wounds are
with
concealed.
his shadowy wife.
Fiercely contained.
The thing's set in London.
Till slowly but surely
I have a strange
they
feeling
come to a head.
she'll stir things up. No title as yet.
Runs 1, batsman. Which of these players is which?
This end is Fred Palazzi.
That's a relief.
Fred's a flyman at the Palladium.
In terms of the scoreboard.
He also coaches at the Dover School of Cricket. It's true, Fred, that I got involved with the club. He has a wonderful eye, can hit the ball miles.
But not today.
The other end is young Dick Wise.
Number 4.
Yes, that's what they call him. He joined just before me. I think he's a medical student.
So neither is the man who might give us a lift.
Well, Fred's probably going back with the skipper.
The skipper.
Laurie Lupino Lane,
Batting at
son of Lupino Lane,
number
the
9.
music hall star who set up the club. I found out earlier that Laurie's just taken on a dwarf who used to perform with his father as a butler.
Is that so?
Apparently he's less than 3 feet tall.
What about Dick Wise?
I doubt he has a butler.
Does he drive?
When I asked Laurie about our lift back to London, he said this other chap was our best bit.
What other chap?
Our putative driver.
What's he called?
No idea.
Must be one of these.
Stands to reason.
Though there is the odd gap in the batting order.
Laurie said he'd ask on our behalf.
Has that happened yet?
I'm not sure.
But you know him by sight?
Not as such.
Ah, yeah.
We must have seen him, assuming that he's playing.
Well, can we at least give him a name? For morale, if nothing else.
Do you have one in mind?
What about Doggo?
Doggo.
A reflection of his attitude.
As in lying doggo.
He's eluded us thus far. 2 of the over, 33 for 2 of 13. Oh, could you not pad up before applying those bloody peas?
The not peas, the petty...
Oh, just put on the fucking pads!
Why are you getting so exercised?
We were always taught at school that the next 2 batsmen should be padded up. If you, as the man in after me, decline to pad up, I fear that fate may deem it an act of hubris and see me sent in quickly and swiftly dismissed as a prologue to your comeuppance.
If I'd realized the gravity of your condition, I'd have acted sooner.
Batsmen are especially prone to such things. I remember some in the Potara first 11 who, on the day of a game, avoided shaving, smoking, even masturbating.
I don't envy you your schooling. Still, I suppose it's in keeping with your nature.
Masturbating?
Agonizing first and acting later.
As opposed to acting at leisure and repenting in haste. Oh, I've missed the last 2 balls.
Both dots.
Well, no. Paolozzi must have got a single.
I could throw you a few in the nets.
No.
Once I pad it up.
My first innings in 35 years, I'd rather not be reminded of my decrepitude.
You're hardly decrepit.
Pad up promptly and we may yet placate the umpire in the sky, assuming he's open to appeasing.
Or appealing.
For this relief, much thanks.
Hamlet.
Act 1, Scene 1.
Line 8, Francesco to Bernardo. I was in Hamlet as well.
Let me guess. Ophelia.
Horatio. I understudied Hamlet.
Was this also in Ireland?
I got to play him once. A one-off matinee in a convent. A regular lead.
Not the man who played Oedipus.
How did you guess?
Stab in the dark.
Mac, our seasoned Danish prince, was laid low with a cold and hangover from hell, so on I went. Perhaps the only actor to have uttered the line, "Get thee to a nunnery," in a nunnery.
How did it go down?
Limply.
Not with a bang, but with a wimple. Just thinking aloud. What did Max say?
Oh, not bad. Next time be kinder to your mother. I need a cup of tea. Shall I get you one?
I prefer something stronger.
I'll see if the bar's open.
Well, will you not pad up first?
Once I've got my tea.
What time is it?
5-ish.
Is the minute hand over the yard arm?
Why?
Oh, I never drink beer before 5 or tea after.
Is that a strict rule?
One more honoured in the breach than the observance.
The bar opens at 5. It's 3 minutes to. I can go in and wait?
No, I'll stick with tea for now.
As it comes?
Well, I assume it comes with milk.
I was thinking about sugar.
Oh, sugar is a must.
How much?
3.
Spoons?
What else would they have?
Cubes? Lumps?
Lumps?
It's possible.
How big?
No idea.
Well, I'll leave it to you. Only don't be long.
Yeah. The lumps were large. I put in 2 and brought a third, just in case. Oh, Too sweet.
Too strong. That isn't tea, it's gravy. Is the bag still in there?
It came straight from the pot.
Perhaps one escaped and stewed there.
How?
Was it a generous spout?
Not that I recall. The pot was fairly empty. They relit it on the gas.
They lit the pot.
It was stainless steel. I'll get you a spoon.
Oh, wait.
Here you go. Biscuits to boot.
What class?
Digestives.
Brand?
McVitie's.
Ah, the little rascal.
When did you last play cricket?
1929.
Before I was born.
What about you for joining this lot?
Something just landed in my tea.
Flower or beast?
An insect of some kind.
A wasp?
Looks more like a hornet.
Is it dead?
Soon will be boiled alive.
In a Dantean pool of molten fire.
It's still flailing.
Runs 2. Batsman.
Ow!
You've been bitten.
Burnt. This tea's scalding. Pass me the spoon.
To save it?
Yes. No. Wait. I'll crush it.
Oh, no.
Squash it against the side.
I'll not connive in such savagery.
Fine. We'll leave it to its fate.
It'll come back to bite you.
Hornets don't bite.
Like Oedipus.
They prick. Wise is going to nick one soon.
Oh, for the love of Mike, put on those pads.
Would you mind sitting down?
Well, why does my attitude matter?
I'm not going to do this with you stalking up and down like John Gabriel Borkman.
I can't eat these without a serviceable drink. 37 for 2 of 15. Can you not do the scoreboard just this once?
I'm padding up.
What's that?
The bar.
We're saved. I'll go.
You can't.
Why not?
You're doing the scorebook. Besides, you'll tear up the carpet. Almost done. There.
At bloody last.
What'll you have?
What did they peddle in these parts, porter?
I very much doubt it.
Plain?
A pint of plain is sadly not your man.
They do have beer.
I'm told they do a possible local bitter.
Well, pass it my way. A little courage hollandaise before entering the fray.
Our wicket!
Where?
In the test.
Oh, Jesus.
England
wept.
are batting.
Oh, I thought I was in for a minute.
There's a radio behind the bar. You seem positively alarmed.
Chiefly at the prospect of going out unfortified.
Well, here's to 2 successful innings.
May Flora and Pomona smile on our efforts. Who's out at Lord's? Not Edrich.
No, Phil Sharp.
This slip fielder extraordinaire.
We're 5 down.
Who's in next?
Jim Parks, the Sussex keeper.
Of course.
A useful batsman. His father played in one test.
You're a mine of information.
I have a few volumes of wisdom at home, including one that features you. Trinity versus Northampton.
Oh, that. Well, the washout, if memory serves.
Now, you got an 18 and 12 in the university's 2 innings.
I was mopped up in the first innings by a bowler called Towel.
Northamptonshire only needed 1 innings in which you bowled 8 overs, including 2 maidens, and took no wicket for 17.
A frugal spell, albeit unfruitful. You seem to know the scorecard well.
Shot.
First boundary. 41 for 2 of 16.
I'll put it up.
I have, on occasion, thought of Vladimir and Estragon as a pair of England batsmen. Numbers 5 and 6. Padded up, waiting to go in.
Mood.
Fretful.
Weather.
Overcast.
Temperature.
Indifferent.
Format of the game.
A timeless test.
Location.
Lords.
Where the field is full of shades.
As they neared the shadowy coast.
Will they ever reach it?
I very much doubt it.
Oh, my Dee and my Go-Go long ago.
They must remain forever trapped, leg before wicket, in no man's land.
That's very good. You'll never guess what one of the umpires is called. In the test.
Oh, I'm not up on my match officials.
Jack Crap.
Get away. Is that with the C or a K?
The commentators neglected to spell it.
Ignorant apes.
I think it's with a C and a double P. What was that?
Well,
Is he out?
Christ.
I think you're in. Sam! Your coat.
I can't do this.
Yes, you can. You're a far better player. A far better man than I'll ever be.
Well, I'm not sure you're right. On either score. Old Phil Sharp. How was he out?
Leg before wicket.
A crap decision.
Very possibly.
Well, let's hope I don't get one of those out there.
Utterly arseholed. Hurry up!
I'm coming.
Are you even moving?
No, but my waters are. I'm imagining what it is to be a rain god.
You and your fucking gods.
Except where Jupiter unleashed a mighty torrent, I tease out a meagre dribble.
Well, dribble any longer, we'll miss the boat.
What boat?
Our passage back.
My front passage was a more pressing concern.
You don't look like a weather god. Not with that bandage on your head.
They say Jupiter gave birth to Minerva through a gash in his head made by Vulcan's axe. Just as you banjaxed me with your bat.
I didn't hit you with my bat.
No, you used a ball to drive home your point.
And what did you give birth to?
Oh, it was more like a death. Hard and bitter. Let's go.
We're here.
Where?
The village green.
Are you sure?
Nowhere has two village greens.
I was wondering if this qualifies.
It's green, a village lies beyond.
What now?
We wait. Assuming our lift hasn't been and gone.
And that we're in the right place. Oh. Potus ut eruptio.
English.
Pissed as a fart.
And several sheets to the wind myself.
Though your average Roman would balk at such infelicitous comparison.
What would he say?
Potus ut piscis.
Pissed as a kiss.
Drunk as a fish. Either way, and totally plastered.
Back to the Anglo-Saxon.
From membrum to beak.
With the odd lapse.
The tendency to Latinize is hard to break.
It's a testament to your upright schooling.
You're hardly upright now. Homo dejectus, rarely erectus. How are you bearing up?
I'm galled, sore-footed. I can't believe I fucked up the game!
It certainly was a shambles. But you mustn't blame yourself. I was flagging anyway.
You were destined for a 50. It's my fault the batting collapsed and we were bowled out for 90.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. You weren't the author of our downfall.
It's agent.
Agency requires autonomy. In your case, there was none.
I was a curse.
Oh, you were a poor player, following a script penned from on high, who strutted and fretted his minute at the crease, and then, thankfully, was seen no more.
I was an idiot full of sound and fury achieving bugger all.
It was an invidious part, I'll grant you, but in strictly dramatic terms, it was a plum role which you played with a plum, like Richard III or Edmund the Bastard.
All I wanted was not to get out first ball. That's what happened last week. My debut for the club. I hit a glorious straight drive, smack in the middle of the bat, and the bowler caught it. Christ, I need a drink. For God's sake, let us sit upon the green and tell sad stories of the fall of middle-order batsmen. And we should start with you. I've never seen a more sublime 18.
Get away.
A miniature masterpiece.
You're too fulsome.
A perfect range of stroke and execution.
You see it through the rosy tint of booze and remorse.
I remember it all. The checked pull shot and flashing cover drive for 4. The firm push for 3 between bowler and stumps. The 2-2s, guided through point and clipped through mid-wicket, even the singles. The nurdle past gully. The steer into the covers and that deft leg glance. It was a dream start to what would have been a match-winning innings. And then I came in.
Oh, stop flailing yourself. Any fluency came from a total lack of expectation. As soon as I had hopes, I was doomed.
You're just humouring me.
Not at all. Let's review your innings.
Let's not.
It was short compared with mine, and yet it would have been better if it were shorter still. It puts me in mind of what the Greeks
Oh,
call
those bloody Greeks.
the wisdom of Silenus.
Who the fuck was he?
Just the bosom pal of Bacchus. Sort of ancient Falstaff.
Is there a limerick about him?
No.
There was an old man called Silenus, endowed with an
Stop it!
What did he have to say for himself, this chummy bummer Bacchus?
Best never to have been born at all. Second best, to die as soon as possible.
Your worldview in a nutshell.
Birth is the meat of the problem.
Perhaps we should style you the lean Silenus.
Your innings was a whirlwind affair. I mean, just 3 balls to my 20-odd, and yet it was richer in incident, deeper in consequence, broader in generic coloration. I mean, there were shades of comedy, tragedy, melodrama, burlesque, slapstick, pantomime, theatre of the absurd, theatre of cruelty, vaudeville, commedia dell'arte, and last but not least, farce.
Are we done?
That was just the prologue.
Christ on a bike.
Your first ball you hoisted for 6 off neither front foot nor back. I was still digesting it when you creamed the next delivery, a high, full toss, straight back down the pitch and struck me on the head. The ball ricocheted off my dented skull to the man at mid-on who caught it. The fielding side appealed, but the umpire said, "No ball." I might have survived, but on hearing you say, "Wait," I lurched forward and came to ground out of my ground.
I did say no.
You also said yes.
The messages were mixed.
The fielder in question, realizing the catch didn't count, threw down the stumps at the bowler's end. I remained oblivious throughout. I go through it not to shame you, but as an act of redemption.
They lacked the decency to retract the appeal. Couldn't risk you retiring hurt, then coming back in to win the game.
The new batsman was our number 7.
Don't go on.
But I'm only a third of the way through your innings. The next ball, I'm told, you attempted a swipe to leg. The ball spooned off the toe end of the bat into the offside.
I played too early.
Shaken, perhaps, by my violent demise. As I understand it, you called your new partner through for a single. To his cost, he responded, little knowing you would buckle the moment you leant on your wounded ankle.
Tried to send him back.
He was left stranded halfway down the pitch, run out by 10 yards without even facing a ball. The precise sequence of your calling, correct me if I'm wrong, was yes, no, wait. Why the wait after the no? What did it add? As it was, the fielder swanned up to the stumps, ball in hand, and flicked off the bail. Number 7 stormed back to the pavilion, cursing you to high heaven, and put his bat through a window. He said he'd never heard such abysmal calling in all his life. The next ball...
Must you go on?
I must, and you must hear it.
You're enjoying this.
Not at all. The next ball, technically your third on account of the earlier no ball, you were clean bowled by a delivery which you claim swang both ways in the air.
It did.
To that miserable man who batted at 7. Well, I say batted.
I know nothing about him, except that he was our best player. And the skipper had asked him to move down the order so we would get a chance to bat.
Let's hope he didn't have to travel far. Strangely enough, he was my age, but your build. He could have been your father.
My father's very short.
Mine wasn't. We'd go for walks in the Wicklow Mountains. Long, often silent affairs, unmarred by the vulgarity of speech. rock and heath, grassland and bog. Man alive, is that a gibbet?
Where? Would they have executed people on the village green?
Well, I wouldn't put it past them. This is England.
That's where our number 7 would like to see me rot.
Oh, a fitting end for us both.
Why you?
I was born on the 13th of April. Not just Friday the 13th, but Good Friday. No one comes back from that.
Except Jesus. You know, I've just realized
What?
we never worked out Doggo's actual name.
We didn't put a face to him either.
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm having doubts.
What about?
The arrangement.
I thought you only agonized beforehand.
This was your arrangement.
The message was clear.
From the skipper.
Well, actually, it was from one of the others, who had it on good authority from the skipper, who had it straight from Doggo himself. We were to wait on the village green between closing time and 12 by the willow tree.
Why was it not discussed with Doggo in person?
Well, he had to leave before the end of the game to visit his aunt. He should have been having lunch, but they moved lunch to dinner because we were one short.
Is this nearby?
Somewhere between Upper Slaughter, Lower Swell and Oddington.
I'm none the wiser.
Not far from Addlestrop.
Addlestrop.
Just north of here, on the branch line to Oxford.
They say that Edward Thomas took the train journey described in Addlestrop in 1914. It was late June, the poem says. It could have been 50 years ago to the day. No one left, and no one came on the bare platform.
Let's find this tree. Probably that one. It looks like a willow.
Willow or ash?
What do you mean? You think it's the wrong tree?
Not necessarily.
Neither of us are poets of nature.
I'm grazed by that assertion.
You explore dystopias I've only ever set one play outdoors.
What did he do in the game?
Doggo.
We've established he was playing. What did he do? Did he bowl?
Don't think so. We only used, 4 bowlers?
Oh, God!
What?
I've left my coat
In the woods?
at the ground.
We can't go back now. We'll never find our way.
Oh, that coat was my shield.
We'll have to ring in the morning.
My tattered arras against the ingress of cold and egress of malodor.
I have a spare jumper.
No. I'll soldier on for now.
You have my deepest sympathy.
There's something else.
What?
Try as I might, I can't shake off my fear that the man that you ran out without even facing the ball was Doggo.
Doggo? Impossible.
Is it?
We both saw the man I ran out.
Only briefly. Neither of us know who he was. I mean, who's to say that he and Doggo aren't one and the same? You say the man that you ran out was our best player. We know that Doggo didn't bowl, so where did he bat?
Well, he didn't open. Both the openers played in my first game. I'm pretty certain Doggo didn't.
Howlotzy and Wise batted 3 and 4.
We were 5 and 6.
We know the skipper batted 9.
The boy who opened the bowling was 11.
Well, our best player can't have batted 10, which means he must have gone in at
What's left?
7 or 8.
I don't like where this is going.
Well, number 8, what was his name?
Let me think. Edmund?
Desmond.
Desmond Wolfe.
That's it.
They call him Wolfie.
How did he bat?
He got an inside edge past the keeper for 4, not a convincing shot, then chipped a harmless half volley to mid-wicket.
Hardly our finest player.
No. The truth at last. The man who I ran out without even facing a ball, the man who was to give us a lift, the man you say cursed me to high heaven and said he never wanted to set eyes on me again, that man was Doggo.
What's that?
A telephone.
Well, where's it coming from?
Is that a building of some sort? It's hard to make it out against the trees.
There's something odd about this.
It's strangely familiar.
Go. Investigate. The one saving grace for the defeated. What is it? Una salus victis. Is that they have no hope. Hope of what? Nullam sparare salutum. The one saving grace for the damned is that they have no hope of salvation.
Bad news.
Was it Doggo?
He can't come.
Why not?
An unexpected plumbing issue.
Him or his aunt?
He didn't elaborate. I think he was on the job. And you won't believe this. We're back at the ground.
It's impossible.
That building's the pavilion.
Oh, how can it be? We didn't take any turns.
We must have come in a horseshoe. The green is right next to the ground. Where we were sitting was just over there.
My coat!
Not there.
What?
Someone must have taken it.
Is the pavilion open?
No.
So where's the phone?
On the outside wall.
I'll go.
Well?
It seems he's managed to fix it. A defective ball cock. He says to wait. He's coming after all.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
I'm not so sure.
What do you mean?
First he said yes, then he said no, now he's saying wait. I think he's toying with us.
You're imagining things.
Am I?
I say we wait.
You've said wait before. Look what happened there.
If you are right and he is toying with us, he'll have to come, or at least send someone. He'll want to know that we've waited.
What's that?
Well,
By the tree. Is it a man?
he's wearing a coat.
Is it him?
It's barely been 2 minutes.
He's coming towards us.
Are you sure?
Hello?
Why don't you...
You go. Take your bat.
It wasn't a man. It was a coat
My coat!
draped on a branch.
How did it get there?
Do you think he left it
Doggo.
on his way to his aunt's?
What for?
As a sign
I don't like this.
or a warning?
Let's ring.
We don't have his number.
Use the
He
operator.
probably won't be there.
No, but his aunt will. Find out if he's left.
didn't work.
What do you mean?
I got his number, dialed it, and a phone started ringing inside the pavilion.
Oh, God.
What?
He's here. He's been here all along.
What are you talking about?
He's waiting for us.
No, he isn't.
He wants revenge.
What about his aunt?
A decoy!
Don't be ridiculous.
All I wanted was a quiet weekend. Now, I'm about to be done to death by a psychopath.
Stop panicking.
In the fucking Cotswolds.
It's me he wants. If it comes to it, I'll offer myself. Put your coat on, for Christ's sake. Have some whiskey.
Oh, I can't. My throat's gone numb. What's this? Scorebook.
How did that get there? Again.
Answer it. Was it him?
He wants to know if we're comfortable.
Comfortable? What the hell is he playing at? Anything else?
He's having trouble starting the car. He's going to try and jump-start it from his van. If that doesn't work, he says he'll send a friend.
Another variable to add to the equation.
Why not just come in the van?
I don't like it. I think we're being corralled past the whiskey. Look at this.
What?
Someone's filled in the gaps in our innings.
Who?
The handwriting's different.
Which batsman?
7 and 10.
Go on.
Doggo wasn't 7. He was 10.
What name did they give him?
Doggo. No initial.
A coincidence.
It can't be. It's part of their
They
revenge.
probably overheard us.
The name's in quotes.
So who was 7?
7. Let me see. Wellard.
Wellard. Oh, God. Is there an initial?
It's smudged.
Not an A.
Yes? How did you know?
Arthur Wellard.
I know that name. Didn't he play for a county?
Somerset.
Of course.
And England.
England.
Arthur Wellard was one of the greatest first-class cricketers of the 30s and 40s. They told me he occasionally turned out for these hoodlums, but I didn't believe them.
I vaguely remember him hitting some poor bowler for several consecutive sixes.
He still holds the world record for the highest number of runs off a single over in first-class cricket. 30. All sixes. He's probably the greatest six-hitter the game has ever seen. And I ran him out.
Before he'd faced a ball.
Don't answer it.
But what are you doing?
I'm padding up.
Padding up? What for?
You should go while you can.
I can't leave you.
Go to Addlestrop. Find the station, sleep in the waiting room, take the first train to Oxford.
Then what?
I don't know. Raise reinforcements, call the Coast Guard.
What about you?
I'll stay. Face the music.
Come with me.
I'd never make it. Not with this ankle. Don't worry. I won't give up without a fight. Not with the fire in me now.
Are you sure about this?
Yes. You go. I'll wait.
For the field is is full of shades as I near a shadowy coast, and a ghostly batsman plays to the bowling of a ghost, and I look through my tears on a soundless clapping post as the run stealers flicker to and fro, to and fro.
Who's that? Answer me.